It's Christmas Eve in Greenwich Village, Connecticut, and the Lightstone family is gathering together in the family mansion to celebrate the holiday together. However, a group of mercenaries are plotting to hold the family hostage to raid their vault for a massive fortune. Only one man can stop them. Not a jaded, cynical elite special forces soldier, not a drunk, burned-out cop on the edge with nothing to lose, but instead the day will be saved by a jaded, cynical, drunk, burned-out Santa Claus? In this holiday installment of View the Right Thing, Wes and Alexis see what happens when a not-so-saintly Nick blows away a gang of bad guys in 2022's Christmas action comedy, Violet Night, on View the Right Thing.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of View the Right Thing. I'm Wes.
And I'm Alexis.
Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Wes.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Great.
I think I'm starting to fade a little bit in the day.
Oh, no.
But
you need caffeine.
I know. I didn't even bring a drink over here.
Silly.
You know, I don't bring... She takes a drink. For the people who are viewing this on the Patreon exclusive video version, you understand why we're laughing. So for those not on that, Alexis decided to take that moment where I was saying I don't bring a drink to take a big drink from her soda.
Yep.
So cool. I'm not jealous at all. I don't bring my drink. So I drink primarily iced tea.
Yeah.
Which makes noise.
Oh, because there's ice in it.
Yeah. So I don't have it. There are definitely episodes of the podcast where you can hear my iced tea.
The little jingle.
The little tinkle of the ice hitting the glass. But generally I try not to do it anymore because it's
okay.
It's bad for business.
That's fair.
How are you feeling?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holidays wearing on.
Holidays are wearing on.
All right. I don't even know what that means, but
yeah, holidays are
a thing.
Here.
They're here.
Celebrate the holidays.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
When do you start putting up holiday decorations?
Like December 5th.
Oh, okay. So not too early.
No.
But also not super on time either.
No. It's...
You're pretty lackadaisical about it.
Yes.
When do you start listening to holiday music?
You mean that isn't just forced upon me on the radio?
Sure. You listen to the radio?
I do listen to the radio. Are you kidding?
I listen to the classical station. That's about it.
No way.
Yeah.
I listen to, I have all these stations. Jeff's like, you should just get the Sirius XM radio. And I was like, why? But I like listening to commercials because occasionally I'll hear Friends' voice.
Yeah, smart. Okay, let me clarify something really quick. Yeah. I am not neither snooty nor actually well-versed in the classical world. I keep the classical station on because if my car turns on and something starts playing, that's like not jarring. So I just leave it on classical station all the time. And sometimes they do movie music like John Williams and stuff. So.
Yeah.
So if I'm listening to the radio, it's that. But.
Gotcha. I mean, I do listen to Spotify through my car, through my phone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But like, if I'm going to listen to holiday music not on the radio, it's usually just like the week of Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Boy, you're a real bah humbug, aren't you?
I don't want to get tired of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will say there's something I do miss in living in California.
Snow?
I don't like being cold, so I like to look at snow, but I don't like to be in it. Yeah. I don't like to have to go out in it. So I was in Chicago about a year ago in January and did not love that.
No.
I don't want to drive in it. Don't want to have to go out in it. It's just windy. They call it the Windy City for a reason, and it is.
But you know it's not because it's windy.
But it is windy.
It is Yes, Chicago is a very windy place, but that's not why it's called the Windy City.
Why is it called the Windy City?
It has to do with politicians flapping their mouths.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, let me tell you, it is the windiest city I have been in.
It's very windy.
I
Sometimes you have to lean into it
yeah, one
so
year I
you
was
don't fall over.
there in like November,
Oh,
I think,
I'm sorry.
and I came out of the airport
Mhm.
outside to meet my Uber, my Lyft. I don't do Uber, I do Lyft. I'm a rideshare snob.
Yes.
The second I went outside and the air hit me, it literally took all the breath out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just like, I
Yes.
can't breathe.
It's so cold it hurts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, multiple times I looked at my family and said, why do people live here? It's a lovely place.
Summers aren't much better.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
humid and it feels like you're walking through water.
It's a lovely place. There's really, really good food there.
Wonderful.
A lot of nice culture, baseball,
Mhm.
all that good stuff.
Genuinely nice people.
Genuinely, it's very Midwesty. Um,
Imagine that.
yeah. But yeah, the weather. No,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the weather here, but sometimes I miss the snow. Just looking at it.
Yeah.
But there's something about Christmas stuff, maybe because it doesn't get like even gray. Like even in places like Seattle, it doesn't snow a ton,
Mm-hmm.
but at least it's like dark and gray and kind of like fall like. But we don't get fall here. We don't have seasons. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have said anything except that we're on video now. So
Yes.
yeah, so it's the fact that it just like visually the terrain doesn't seem like it's changed from July to
Yeah.
October to December.
The
It feels
passage
like
of time is hard to navigate here because it's hard to tell. Like sometimes I forget how long I've been here
yeah.
because I'm like, I don't know. It just kind of feels like a few years.
Yeah. The most Christmassy it feels is if you go into a mall here.
Yes.
Because they got the music and the trees and the decorations and stuff. And you
The
can't-
line for Santa and all
You can't
that.
see outside. And
Nope.
I kind of, maybe I should go get a photo with Santa this year.
Yeah. Oh. Wes,
But
we should get a photo with Santa.
yeah, you want to do a podcast photo with Santa?
Can we
Yeah,
do that?
of course.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, done deal.
Awesome. We'll have to put it on our Instagram.
Yeah, and our Patreon.
Patreon.
Folks, join our Patreon. It's free.
Yes.
And if you do a paying tier, you get access to the exclusive video version of this podcast.
Yep.
Also, if you don't mind sharing this thing,
Yeah.
liking it, reviewing it, subscribing it, doing a thing with
Yep.
it, whatever whatever you can do to help.
That'd be great.
So, yeah, okay. I'm into it. We're gonna have to haul ass on that
Mm.
on that Santa photo though,
Yeah.
because it's almost time.
We got it.
We can do it.
Yeah.
We should we do like super fancy like where's the best Santa, or should we just go like Walmart?
Does Walmart have a Santa?
I don't know. When I was a kid, they did. When I was a kid, Walmart had Santa.
Maybe just a mall Santa.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
sometimes they have like
I'm sure like the Grove has a very nice Santa. Or
this is a
the
very good
Beverly
vintage.
Santa.
Well, so when
Malibu.
again when I lived in Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
everybody goes to Nordstrom. The Nordstrom Santa is like where people
Yes.
wait in huge, massive lines. So,
Oh, that's right.
so we could find that kind of Santa,
Mm-hmm.
or so the benefit with those is they have like cool surroundings,
Mm-hmm.
like they go all out with the set decoration.
Yeah.
The downside is we'll wait hours and we have to have an appointment.
You have to have an appointment?
Oh yeah, you got to make appointments for Santa now for the good ones. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh you rookie, you Santa rookie.
I have not visited a Santa since I was like maybe 10.
All right, hear me out.
Okay.
Or
Or
Santa train. We go on the train and Santa comes out.
at
I
At the park?
No, like you go on a real train, like a Polar Express type train, and like they sing carols and they give you hot cocoa and candy canes, and Santa comes out.
A real thing?
Okay, so for everybody listening, a couple things before I say this. Couple things. The most important thing is Santa can't be everywhere all at once.
Yeah.
So Santa has helpers who act as him.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Steve was one of Santa's friends / helpers on the Santa train.
My gosh.
I don't know if he's going to do it again, but yeah, I think it's like you go on and it's like an hour and a half or something, and
This sounds amazing.
yeah, we could do that instead of
Hot cocoa?
hot cocoa,
Mm-hmm.
candy canes.
Deal.
All right, I'll look into it. I'll see if
Okay.
we can.
I'm
She's
so excited right
she's
now.
dancing. Dancing.
Wow.
So speaking of giving gifts,
Yeah.
we had the gift of Nosferatu. Sorry,
Don't we?
such an abrupt change, but
That was beautiful. Chef's kiss.
so we watched the trailer.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep it moving. Keep it moving. We watched
Just
the
like
trailer.
the Santa train.
Yep, just like this. Yeah, and this is all she's going to be talking about for days. Santa Train, Santa Train. So we watched the trailer. We watched the Nosferatu trailer, which is about to come out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Robert Eggers' new movie.
So sorry.
Oh my God, she's
So
breathing.
excited.
She's breathing so heavy about
Sorry.
it's. I riled her up about Santa Train. Yeah, Robert Eggers' new movie,
Yes.
and once again Willem Dafoe. Hello.
Yeah.
It's a remake of Nosferatu, and it's got a lot of shots from the 2 previous Nosferatu movies, and maybe some stuff from Dracula, from
What?
the Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's some like the shadow hand going across the city. There's lots of stuff. The way they framed and composed the shots.
I haven't seen.
Any of those movies?
No.
Okay.
So
That's okay.
I'll add those to my list.
Okay. Well, the original Nosferatu is a silent film, and it's F.W. Murnau, who's a German expressionist director, and he did one of my favorite films. If anybody had a chance to listen to our good friend Philip Bedwell's podcast when he had me on Cinema Life and everything, he had me pick my 3 favorite films, one of which is Sunrise, a Song of Two Humans, which is also an F.W. Murnau. It's his first American film he did.
Wow.
And he's just like a really creative, inventive, I guess those are kind of the same word, filmmaker who, he did some of the first rear projection stuff and does double exposure stuff and really cool sets that are the way the sets are designed.
Mhm.
Give you different impressions of the characters. So that might make the characters look big, or might make the characters look small, or uneven, or slanted, just by building angles for doorways and windows and things. So he was a really, really creative director. So he did the super old Nosferatu, and then that's been remade. And then Willem Dafoe played. So they did I can't remember what it's called now. Willem Dafoe is in a Nosferatu movie, and it's about F.W. Murnau making it, and he's playing the Nosferatu creature,
Really?
but it's as if they had found the real Nosferatu, like they'd found a real vampire, and that's who they cast in this. So it's like a fake version of the making of Nosferatu.
What?
And now Willem Dafoe's in this new Nosferatu movie, which
Yeah.
is such a super cool thing to put him in.
That's so cool.
Why can't I remember what that movie's called?
I don't know.
Willem Dafoe Nosferatu.
Is it old?
It's like maybe 90s,
Ah.
maybe late 90s.
Let me go
maybe
back
early
further.
2000s. I bet if I just type in Willem Dafoe Nosferatu film, of course, this new one is coming in.
Of course.
Willem Dafoe already played Nosferatu once. He played a guy named Max Schreck, I believe.
Is that the character?
The
Shadow of the Vampire.
Shadow of the Vampire?
There we go.
There you go. I was like, I feel like I had Shadow in it, but then I kept going to What We Do in the Shadows, and I'm like, that's not it.
Yeah.
Although I do love What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Such a jolly time to be talking about vampires.
I love vampires.
So this Nosferatu looks like kind of sexy and like, you know, obviously well composed. The lighting looks really good in it.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult, who doesn't like Nicholas Hoult?
Yes.
Also been in vampire movies, right?
Yes. He was in
Renfield?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got there. And what'd you think of it? The trailer?
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I think it looks so beautiful. The cinematography, the just the effect on all of the effects on the clips just looked really moody
and polished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I also really enjoy vampire stories and movies and TV shows. Not all the movies,
Yeah,
but
she's a hardcore Twilight girl. She's like, make my vampires sparkle, please.
no, they should burn and die in the sunlight. It should be very painful. Sparkles.
I've been playing this video game called Baldur's Gate 3. And everybody's all hot and bothered over the vampire character in there. Everyone's like thinks he's super sexy and like so I'm playing it and I'm like, this guy's a fucking tool. And Des was watching me play it and she's like, I don't get it. I don't get why people are into this guy. He talks like this. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, it's really annoying. I don't know.
Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate 3, Asterion. I get it. The character model is handsome. He's a little twink-like to me, but you know, like, he's pretty. He's a pretty boy.
Okay. I'm looking up the image. Oh. No, he's not my type.
People are real into him. People are real into this guy. There's a lot of fan fiction about this guy. Well, you don't even need to do fan fiction because you can romance them.
What?
Yeah. You can romance them in this game.
Oh my!
You can do it with this guy, and you can
What?
You can let him feed off you in this game.
Whoa!
If you develop the relationship with them, you're able to do that. Notice now all of a sudden she's interested.
No.
But he walks around in the daylight.
That's dumb. That's just dumb. Vampires don't belong in the daylight. They just don't.
Right.
They are creatures of the night.
Creature of the night. That did not come through in the podcast, but you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
They're making a Rocky Horror, or maybe it's not by now, Rocky Horror video game.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I want Rocky Horror video game.
It's like 8-bit or 16-bit or something. It looks pretty cool.
Rocky Horror.
It
That's exciting.
might be out now. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We didn't watch any of the trailers this
Nope.
week.
That was it. And that's okay.
You learned about movies that are far long been out, like The Raid,
Right.
that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
So it's been added to the bucket, folks.
Yes. The Raid and The Raid 2.
We'll do a double feature.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited. It's, done by the same people as Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
It's the same company.
Oh, it's the same company.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the same.
No, that's Ang Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh. I knew that.
No. All right.
There are so many other things in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
But I'm excited to add those to the list or add those to the bucket because I think it's going to be really exciting. It seems like super action-y, awesome, kind of like the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Probably less personality than that.
Sure.
Like I think like the personalities of the characters like play really into this, whereas this is like you don't get a lot of background for the characters and they're like all broody and stuff, so they're not. There's not a lot of like joy in those films.
Sure. It looks,
but violent like that maybe.
yeah, it's at least from what I saw in the trailers, it didn't look upsetting.
Sure.
Whereas like this movie that we just watched, I had to look away.
You'll have to look away in
times.
The Raid.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There's some really violent like
Okay.
neck breaky stuff in it, bone breaky, arm breaky, leg breaky. If it's a bone, it could break in that movie.
Do they like show it?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, as long as there's a pillow or a blanket or something. I just...
Welcome to the world we live in. What can you do?
Yep.
Well, do you want to
Should we talk about this movie?
about this? What do we watch?
We watched Violent Night.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, having the word violent in the title tells you it's fucking violent.
It preps you. It preps you. It doesn't start that way. It takes a while to get going.
No. It really does take a minute to like get into it. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
At the very beginning, you know, oh, here, I guess I should read the
Yeah, tell us.
The snippet is when an elite team of mercenaries breaks into a family compound on Christmas Eve, like you do, a disgruntled Santa Claus must take them out to save both the hostages and his holiday.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect from this movie because I didn't know if David Harbour was playing a guy pretending to be Santa Claus or if he was actually playing Santa.
How excited were you when you realized at the beginning that he was actually Santa?
I was so excited. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
And he was so human at the same time.
Yeah.
Not this perfect, jolly dude. He like had emotions and feelings and he had a history.
Yeah.
It was so interesting.
Yeah. They definitely played fast and loose with the mythos of like the Santa origin.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm totally okay with it because it was entertaining and it made sense for the film. It doesn't matter if it makes sense for the real world.
Right? Because I think at one point he said he'd been Santa he'd been married for 1,100 years. And I was like...
Oh, yeah. Well, and yeah, well, we'll get to some of these.
That's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So I as a Santa aficionado, as a Santa fan, I really enjoyed this movie.
Mm-hmm. I did too. I was so surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't think I wasn't going to like it because I enjoy David Harbour and his comedic timing.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really know what to expect. So I just kind of kept an open mind about it.
So this this director, Tommy Wirkola, he did some other movies that I really liked. He did like the Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters movie, which is fun, but not great. But he did do Dead Snow, which is one of my all-time favorite horror films. And Dead Snow, Red versus Dead, which is great. So it's basically a bunch of German tourists go up to a cabin and they discover a box buried in the cabin of stolen Nazi gold. Oh. And it awakens dead Nazis who have been like buried in the snow in like the Alps or whatever they are. And so it's like a fight it's a zombie movie. And Red versus Dead deals with Russians and it's a good sequel. Yeah, so and then he did this movie. And I just want to let you know.
Yes.
They are trying to work on doing a sequel to this film.
Oh, that's such good news.
It really is.
I want to know more.
Yeah.
I want more. I want another story.
Yeah, I hope it's either not Trudy involved, not the little girl, or it takes place years later and Trudy's grown up.
Oh. That would be interesting.
Yeah. I could see that being a really interesting idea.
Like either that or not at all.
Yeah. Either no Trudy or Trudy's grown up. That's sort of how I feel.
Yeah. Oh, sweet little Trudy.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your notes.
Okay. So I wrote, David Harbour, he is Santa.
He is.
I was so excited because I thought, it starts out with him drinking at the bar and being wasted. And I was like, oh, he's just another drunk Santa.
Just a mall Santa.
Okay. But then I was noticing, like, oh, that beard looks real. Cool. Okay. It wasn't one of those, like, pull-off beards. And it was just, I was very happy
He
that
hands, hands the present and yeah.
How did you know I had a
grandkid.
grandson?
Yeah.
Random that it was taking place that it started in London or in England.
Random,
Not random?
No.
Why did it start in England?
Because the main story takes place in the United States.
Yeah.
And it would be too early in the day for Santa to be in the United States. He's got to travel based off of nighttime on Christmas Eve.
Of course.
It's not random at all.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wait for the kids to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's why, he's like caught up and he's too early to be delivering in England. So he's taking a break
Yeah.
and then he's going to go deliver the presents in England. And
Yes.
there's some great moments. I don't want to jump past you, but the montage of him delivering presents in England.
Yes.
Where he's like getting the notes that like they want cash video games. And then the Amazon boxes are all flipped upside down to be frowny faces instead of smiles, which I think is pretty
That's clever.
pretty clever. Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't notice that. I noticed there were a bunch of Amazon boxes, but I didn't notice that like sweet little piece.
Yeah. I just like the setup that this is why he's sort of fed up with Christmas.
Yes.
And at the end.
And also his disdain for skim milk.
His disdain for skim milk.
Stop it. Give him whole milk. Skim milk is not good for you. Okay?
Oh, is it not?
No, it is the milk that is the least.
There's no fat in it.
There's no fat. They add sugars so that it doesn't taste like shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's just like sugar water.
I like
And there's
sugar
no nutrients.
That's a guy from Men in Black. Sugar water.
Your face isn't on straight.
Sugar.
So if you're gonna give Santa milk, give him whole milk.
And make the goddamn cookies. Don't get
Seriously,
Nilla wafers
Nilla
in a
wafers?
box.
Come on, people. Put some love into it.
And if you have the ability, a carrot or two for the reindeer.
Yes, and a giant ass candy cane, just in case he needs it for protection.
Yeah, that's true. That giant ass candy cane.
That giant ass candy cane was so cool.
That was really cool. All right, well, keep going with your notes.
I said, ouch. The little girl watched Home Alone and talks about it like it's an old movie.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it is an old movie, but like, what?
Yeah, I mean, these are even older, but it reminds me a little bit of in Captain America: Civil War. Peter Parker is like, "Hey, you guys ever see that really old movie Star Wars?" Yeah, and he does it again. He does it again in Infinity War. He talks about Alien.
When did Alien come out?
The 70s. It's
Okay.
also the 70s.
Yeah.
Still,
It's weird.
those are definitely older than Home Alone.
I feel really bad from when I was a kid saying like, oh, this is old to my mom. And she's like, that's not old. I'm like, anything over 30 years old is old. And now.
Yeah, we're way over 30 now. You're not way over 30. I'm way over 30.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Getting older is weird, friends.
But it's okay. Right? It's okay, right?
It's okay. It's inevitable. We're going to get older unless we die. And I'm sorry. Anyway, back to Violent Night. That house, the commune?
The commune?
Compound, sorry.
It's like,
That compound is insane.
yeah.
It's enormous and gorgeous. And like, I remember when the film or when the camera panned to the house, I was like, holy shit, that is a house. That is.
I remember you saying that.
Yep.
Did you notice the catering van outside the,
Yes.
It was called Farkas and Dill, which are characters from A Christmas Story.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Scott Farkas is the bully.
That's right.
I don't remember which one Dill was.
I told you about my connection to A Christmas Story, haven't I?
I don't think so.
It's based on a true story.
And you know the people?
I know the man that it's based on. Or I knew him. He has since passed.
Oh, well, that's
He really did lose an eye, but it wasn't from the BB gun.
Peter Billingsley?
No.
Oh.
No, he was actually my grandparents' priest.
Whoa.
He told his life story on a flight from Chicago to LA to this man, and the man stole his life story.
That is not cool.
It's not cool, but his dad really did have the leg lamp.
No way, really?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Yep. He lost his eye due to a football accident, cleat to the face.
Oof.
Yep. But he had a glass eye.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. It was cool. Anyway, so I have that connection.
Yeah.
Oh God. Gertrude and Bertrude.
Yeah.
Bertrude. The Bertrude. I mean, how much did those kids suck up to their mom to try and get in her graces to get all of her money?
Well, and the boyfriend too.
Oh my gosh.
Morgan Steele.
What a jerk.
So when they introduce him, he's talking about 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, if I'd been on that plane, blah, 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 blah.
They would have all been in a field because I would have kicked him out of that plane.
So, do you know that's based on a real person?
What?
That conversation and just the general, persona of that character. Based on Mark Wahlberg. That's the thing Mark Wahlberg said about 9/11.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he could have stopped the hijackers on 9/11.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's the thing.
Fun.
Yeah. What else you got?
I got, oh my gosh, The Game Closet.
The game closet, where he finds the radio.
Where he finds the radio.
Yeah.
I wanted all of those games.
They're just all classic games.
And also,
Scrabble.
with how organized that house is, that closet being so messy just seemed so random.
Yeah. Yeah, as if maybe they would have hired somebody to just keep it neat and organized.
Yeah.
To me, I would argue that it would be like one of those things where the mom is like, I don't give a shit.
Just close
the kid. I don't care what the kids do.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Okay.
That'd be my argument for it. But they probably would have a person straightening that stuff.
Yeah.
Whoever the housekeeper is that's cleaning the house.
She's a billionaire.
Anybody that's ever had a housekeeper knows that they straighten things up that they see, even if you don't ask them to. So.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
So yeah, you're probably right.
My next note. Oh no, the nice gate man was killed by John Leguizamo.
Freaking John Leguizamo, man.
Gate man was so nice.
What a pest that guy is.
Ha 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 ha. Clever. I really love John Leguizamo. I was very excited.
I didn't used to, but I've definitely warmed on him over the years. Yeah.
Interesting.
I found him in the 90s to just be so overacty that I was just like, meh. But
it was I think that was the point. He just was an overacty dude.
Well, that was really popular. Look at Jim Carrey, made a career off of overacting. Yeah, it just wasn't my thing.
Okay.
But I've come to appreciate him over the years, and as he's kind of toned it down and played it a little more seriously. The one where he's really overacty that I like the most is Moulin Rouge, because the whole thing is big.
Yes.
Right. Versus him and Romeo and Juliet, where not all, also Baz Luhrmann.
I love him in that role.
But not everybody is big. I don't know. There's something just off to me about him in that movie.
In Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean,
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I appreciate him now.
John Leguizamo and the man who played Mercutio.
Yeah.
Those two were my favorite in that film.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I really like him in John Wick.
Who? John Leguizamo?
Yeah, I like it when he plays it like he knows a lot. He's the smartest guy in the room, and he's not and he's kind of playing back a little. I really like that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I liked it.
And he's Scrooge in this.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he goes by Scrooge.
Yeah. And appropriately so.
Yeah. Hates Christmas.
He does. He's a bad kid.
He's on the naughty list.
He is on the naughty list. This is true.
Did you see Judy on the nice list? Did you see the thing she had done?
Like what? Trudy.
Like always listens to her parents. Gertrude, the little
Trudy.
one. Trudy.
I think you. Oh, I thought you said Judy.
No, Trudy.
Okay.
Did I say? I thought. Well, anyway, I meant Trudy. Like listens to her parents and stuff like that. Always nice to everyone. My favorite thing that she did to be on the nice list: invited the weird kid to a party.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Everybody needs a friend that invites the weird kid.
Yeah.
But the fact that that's on Santa's like radar is pretty cool
Yeah.
as well.
I think that's very sweet.
Yeah.
I wrote all of the staff is part of some nefarious violent group because I was like, surely this will make sense later.
Yeah.
And it does.
Yeah.
They were all part of a nefarious violent group.
Yeah.
Sent there to kill everybody, essentially.
Get the money
and run.
Yeah.
And then I wrote Santa is a badass.
Santa is a badass.
He's a total badass.
He's got his hair up in a little bun. Little Viking bun.
So essentially he was a Viking. Is that
In this story he was.
Yeah.
He was like Greek in real life, but
because
I think Saint Nicholas was Greek.
his name
quote me on
was Nicomund the Red.
Yeah. So he's a Viking in this. Yeah, and he's got like all the like runic things on his the sigils and stuff on him.
I was like, Santa has some hella tattoos.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh my God. That guy caught on fire with the star in his head.
Oh yeah.
That was never something I would have expected.
Yeah.
So
plugged
he's
it in.
fighting this dude and wraps the lights around this guy and gets the star from the top of the tree into his face,
into his eye.
And plugs it in and zaps him, and his head catches on fire.
So
That's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah. And the fire just grows.
Yeah.
Every shot.
Yeah.
So the Saint Nicholas fighting is sort of based on a real thing.
What?
Oh, he is a violent man. That's Saint
Santa.
Nicholas.
Saint Nicholas.
So Saint Nicholas, who is, Santa Claus comes from.
Yes.
Saint
Yes.
Nicholas. He was famous. So there's a council of, I don't know how you say it, Nicaea.
Okay.
And they were having a discussion. They had all these bishops, and Saint Nicholas was a bishop.
Oh.
So they have all these bishops there, this council of bishops, and they're having this discussion. One of these bishops is like, so I don't think that Jesus is on the same level as God the Father.
Mm.
Like he's a lower level.
Okay.
Saint Nicholas gets up, walks across the room, slaps the shit out of that guy, starts a fight, right? So they get him. They take his, holy robes, his vestments and stuff off, chain him up, throw him in a jail cell. And they're like, think about what you've done.
He's like, okay.
So the story is that he's praying all night. In the middle of the night, he is visited by God and Mary. And Mary bestows upon him new vestments. And when they come to get him in the morning, he's just sitting there quietly reading scripture in his clothes, and the chains are on the floor.
Whoa.
So, if you buy into all that.
Wow.
So there is a history of the idea of Saint Nicholas being violent.
Wow.
So
Okay.
not this violent.
Not, I would hope not. But even so, oh my gosh, when Trudy uses the cute little walkie-talkie to talk to Santa, and talking about like where they're gonna shove something.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, ass, butthole,
Can I say butthole?
anus.
Like, well, that's technically, the right
Well,
term.
that is, don't say ass thing. Then you can be on the naughty list.
He's like, I gotta keep you on the nice list.
Oh, the next thing I write is Dad tells Trudy that Santa isn't real.
Oh, heartbreak, right?
That is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And she's like, but I was just talking to him. And how I can understand, because there was such a scary, tumultuous thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that was harsh.
It was definitely harsh.
That was way harsh.
Yeah.
Santa's not real. We just made it up.
Mm-hmm.
No. But the nutcrackers.
Yeah, the nutcracker's trying to be used as a somewhat literal
Nutcrackers?
nutcracker. Yeah, the frightening concept.
Yes. There was a moment where I thought they used the smaller one to just like break his finger off,
Oh yeah, they just
but they
snapped it.
really
Yeah.
broke it. So I was relieved at that. And I was relieved that they didn't actually use the big nutcracker for cracking of nuts.
Yeah.
I was preparing myself. I was like, I don't want to see it. I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah.
The whole time that one psychotic person that was in there that was like watching them.
The one that does the blessed, #blessed. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, near the end of the...
Yes. He looked so familiar. He kind of reminds me of this kid from, oh shoot, that TV show with Shia LaBeouf.
Hole? No, I don't know. I know the movie he was in. He was in the movie Holes. I don't know. I don't know what show that was.
He reminds me of Beans.
Beans?
It's this kid who played the character Beans on that show. That was, I think it was a Disney show.
But it was. I know there was a Disney show with Shia LaBeouf. I just don't know what that show was. I guess if you're looking it up now, aren't you?
I am, because it's going to drive me.
That sounds about right. That sounds like you.
Even Stevens.
Even Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
Was he Beans? Did you look it up?
I did not look it up.
What year would that have been? It would have been the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on his IMDb, but he was in Supernatural, Smallville, a bunch of other stuff. But
The guy that played that dude.
yeah, but I don't see Beans on here. He's not. His like most known for Beans is not on the list of. He's Krampus and Violent Night, The Revenant, Night Hunter, Freddy vs. Jason.
Wow.
Those are the ones that he's the most known for.
Yeah, I don't think it's him.
Not
But
Beans.
He looks similar
There's a
to
character named Beans, huh?
Beans. Yes. And that's fine. We don't need to
Okay.
worry about it. But I liked him. I think he did a really great job.
Oh yeah, he's great. I liked everybody in this movie.
Yeah.
The kid is like, talk about overacting. Like
Mm-hmm.
she, especially early in the film,
Mhm.
it takes a few scenes to kind of get used to her. I feel like, but I enjoy her in the movie. I think by the end of the movie, I'm like pretty attached to her. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was adorable. Oh, God. The threading of the makeshift needle.
yeah, yeah. Well, and how big the loop is.
I know. I was like, you have to pull that through your body.
Yeah. Christmas magic.
Christmas magic. Well, and his bandage was Christmas paper, like wrapping
Yeah.
paper.
Which is almost like a little Die Hard. There's a lot of Die Hard references in this, obviously, right?
Was that done in Die Hard?
So he tapes something to himself in Die Hard.
I see.
Yeah,
So there were a few
it's like Christmas tape.
homage.
It's like Christmas tape though, like packaging tape.
Okay.
It's like
Oh.
it's got like holly on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not just like he uses tape. He uses Christmas wrapping stuff. There's a ton of Die Hard stuff in here. There's a moment when Scrooge asks him, like, he's like, "Oh, you know my name, but who are you? You're like some guy who watched too many." What does he say? He says something like, "Just another American who saw too many movies as a child." which is something really similar that Hans Gruber says.
Oh.
Right? And watch too many westerns, and he tries to call him. Was he try call him
I don't know.
John Wayne?
Does he?
And I think he's like, I was more partial to Gary Cooper. I can't remember one of the other. I think that's when he gets the Yippee-Ki-Yay. And then the guy's name, one of the guys' name is Thorpe.
Okay.
And the Die Hard book is called Nothing Lasts Forever, and it's written by a guy named Roderick Thorpe.
Oh.
So there's like a lot of those like little Die Hardy references in there. That I guess really like. Oh, and there's my favorite reference
Okay.
to other things in it is he's asking Scrooge is asking the other bad guys, and he's like, you know, he could be a small town cop with 5 kids. Stranger Things. Yeah. It's a pretty good little reference.
That is good.
Yeah.
That is good. Did you notice that little Santa statue in the hallway? When like you touch his hand and he'd start talking?
Yeah.
It was David Harbour's voice.
Yeah, of course it was. Because he's Santa.
He is Santa. Oh, Santa.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
Okay. I like that he, you know, when Trudy is asking him why there are some kids whose parents give them presents and it's not him. Mm-hmm. And he says, I still bring presents to those kids who need me.
Yeah. I want to cry.
I know. That was very sweet.
Yeah.
And beautiful.
And what a great explanation.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very similar to what my mom told me when I was a kid.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Well, listen to the last episode to hear that story. I mean, 2 episodes ago. Yes.
Good job.
Uh-huh.
You'll get there.
Close. I wish they had let us see exactly what was in that secret note from Jason that was with the bottle of Oban.
I mean, they tell us, but yeah. Know exactly how he told her off. Yeah.
Like how vicious was he?
I expect it to have been really smarmy. Like the kind of thing that he could never do in front of her in person.
Yeah.
Which is why he was so awkward about it.
Well, I mean, how do you tell off your mother and say that you're stealing $300 million from her?
Yeah. Well, but he's stealing her stolen money. What's she going to do about it?
Oh.
Right?
I wonder, like, what the like, did they ever actually say how the family made all that money?
Oil, I think, is what they said initially. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Which I don't understand that. That's fine.
I'm an oil man.
Yeah. Yes, I wrote Nicomund the Red. He was a warrior, raider, and a thief.
Which they did foreshadow.
They did with the flashback.
Oh, no, no. Well, that wouldn't be foreshadowing, but
yeah.
but he drinks really heavily.
Mm-hmm.
He raids, goes into people's houses, and he's foul-mouthed. He's a Viking. Yeah,
that's right.
Mm-hmm. He's Viking.
Yes. The Home Alone booby traps were so good.
And violent.
So violent. I gasped and looked away quite a few times.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The first like nail through the jaw was pretty awesome.
That was it a lot. Blah.
Yeah.
Blah blah. But I love that in the long run, Santa saved Trudy, which was so beautiful.
Oh, in the attic, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love that. Found that fucking hammer thing.
The sledgehammer?
The sledgehammer.
Yeah.
When he's just going at it at all these What are they? The guys that come in with the,
Insurgents?
the insurgents?
Yeah, we'll call them insurgents.
Oh man. Oh, the wood chipper. Ugh.
I think it was it was snowblower? I think it might have been a snowblower.
I don't know what it was.
Um, yeah, there's something really cool about the evolution of I wanted to say Hopper, of Santa's powers in this movie,
Yeah.
and sort of his relationship to Trudy, and that everything is sort of based on belief, right? So like
Yes.
early in the film, when he's stressed and under duress and he can't go up the chimney because he's like he doesn't believe in himself. Exactly. And it's the moment in the shed when he's like, it's too many, this is it, this is the end of Christmas, and she's like, I believe in you, you know, what is the wish that you want? And he takes his ring off, and that the ring magically rolls up to the weapon that he needs, but it's because Trudy has said, I believe in you, and
Yeah.
so she's created the Christmas magic.
Yeah.
So
It's very Tinkerbell.
very Tinkerbell, big fan of Tinkerbell, very much.
If you believe.
Yeah,
And I was, in my mind, I'm like, I'm clapping, man.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe in fairies. I do.
Oh boy. It's so insane. The whole story is just so insane. And you think that Santa's gonna really get Scrooge.
Jimmy Martinez, I think.
Jimmy
is his name
Martinez?
on the naughty list, I think.
That's right. He killed his best friend. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
My favorite of his was broke his mother's heart.
Aww.
I thought it was like a clever thing to put on there.
Yep. I really like that scroll that you just open it up and anyone who's nearby, it like tells you if they're naughty or nice.
I want one.
Right? You will get one. Believe in the magic.
Yeah. When I get to take over as Santa.
Yes. Yes. But holy shit, that chimney section, the outdoor rocky chimney
When
section,
he takes Jimmy up the chimney. Yeah.
it is like just what I wanted, but also so so gross at the same time.
Just has a torso in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you didn't see the gunshots coming after that, did you?
No, I did not.
You were like, oh no.
Yeah. But great that Beverly D'Angelo's character could just take that guy out.
Yeah. And it's interesting. She has a little bit of a turn at the end when she says she believes in Santa.
Right?
It's like, all right.
After, like,
Interesting.
when they had asked her, who did you hire as Santa? She's like, I never do that. That's tacky. And it almost makes you wonder, does she think it's tacky because she knows that there's a real Santa already? And she's like, why would I have someone dress up if I can just get the real one?
She couldn't get the real one, though.
But she did.
Well, I mean, she didn't get the real one.
Her granddaughter did.
I'd argue Trudy, because had Trudy not been there, he would not be delivering presents there. Because she's the only one who needs them of that group.
You're right.
So,
And she made the amazing, delicious cookies
and she
just
made the
for
cookies,
him.
which caused him to stay and
Yeah.
and take a rest. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And sit in that really comfy looking massage chair.
I know the sound is looped and it's doesn't sound what cookies sound like, but when he was eating the cookies, they sounded so good.
They did.
There's
They
a
had, like,
weird,
that
weird
right-
crunch.
yes.
Yeah.
Just like that perfect crunch, but soft at the same time.
It almost sounded like celery. It was
Oh,
like it was just real. It was a real crisp crunch, you know.
yeah.
Which I know that's not what cookies sound like, but I still liked it anyways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Deal with it.
Right. I think I only have one more note.
Okay, I'm
too.
pretty much out of notes. So
And I just go, oh, they taught him the meaning of Christmas and saved him.
mm-hmm.
Because he had stopped believing in himself.
Yeah,
And because they all believed, it brought him back to life.
yeah,
And it's as if Jason, the son, Trudy's dad, did something selfless
yeah.
and burned
Bring them some of the
a
money.
bunch of money
Yeah.
to try and save him.
Yeah.
To try and save Santa.
Yeah.
Because he believed.
He believed, and
Yeah.
he was grateful.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that there was a note from Mrs. Claus
I know.
in the sleigh.
Yes, and that the reindeer didn't fly away and just leave him there to rot.
they
They
brought
left
him
to
back.
go save him
Yeah.
and bring him stuff that he needed.
Like the hammer.
Granted, he could have used it much earlier.
They didn't know, though. They're just deer.
They're just deer. I love that. He was so mad, and he's like, "Oh, you brought this for me. How can I be mad when
he
you brought
pets
me
him.
this?" Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really cute.
I also really like the music in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
Some of those like sweet Christmas songs
Yeah.
set to violence is pretty fun.
I know the juxtaposition.
Yeah, like
I
the shed.
really yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So the final song's as a British band
Mhm.
doing. So do you know how they ended up with that song?
No.
David Harbour's wife recommended this band
Really?
because she is British.
Oh,
Singer Lily Allen.
I'm sorry. He's married to Lily Allen?
Hmm.
Oh, I had no idea.
I figured you didn't, so that's why I brought it up. I think a lot of people don't know.
I am a big fan of Lily Allen.
Me too. Lily Allen, Kate Nash. Yeah, good stuff.
Yep.
It was
Wow.
British girl pop.
I love it.
Yeah. So that was Violent Night. Would you recommend this movie?
I would.
I would recommend this movie to toddlers.
No.
No, I didn't recommend it to
No,
toddlers.
no, it is very violent.
Yeah,
They put violent at the beginning of the title because it's really violent.
if you know your kid, maybe 13, 14 years old. That's around the age.
Yeah. Any younger and
I mean, I would have been able to handle it at 12 probably, but
yeah.
yeah, we didn't. Our parents were pretty good about like letting us see pretty much anything, except no sex acts on screen. So like if a couple was, if there was a sex scene, then it was like eyes. But if it was nudity, it was fine.
Yeah.
But
Everybody is naked underneath their
Yeah.
clothing.
and for the most part, like, violence was okay.
Mhm.
We weren't really allowed to have toy guns really in our house.
Mhm.
And certainly if we ever picked one up, we weren't ever allowed to point one at another person.
Oh,
we
no,
weren't
no.
allowed to play guns and point guns at each other.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
my parents were pretty smart.
Yes, I agree.
Right, yeah, glad you approve.
Yeah, this was a fun movie.
Yeah. I hope they make another one.
I do too. Please, please,
Please,
please.
please, please,
Please.
put her in it.
Okay, yeah. You can kill me.
Need a Mrs. Claus?
Oh. Okay.
We can gray your hair up. Okay. Can you hand me the
Oh,
bucket? I'm gonna pull this one. The red bucket. Here she goes again. We should just remember to bring it down more, beforehand.
So loud. Okay.
It's okay. I was like, I wonder if she'll hit it against the thing. I almost said it, and then you did
I'm
it.
so sorry. All of your ears.
All right. It is. Oh, I really love this movie. Klaus. Animation.
Yay!
Christmas animation.
Woo.
Here. Yay. I'm very excited for that. So, that one will come out on. Ready for this?
Yes.
December 24th.
It's a Christmas
It is a
miracle.
Christmas miracle. Yay. You haven't seen Klaus?
No.
Oh, you're gonna be so happy. Where after, I know you really liked this one. But after like a really violent, like
Mhm.
non-traditional Christmas type film, this next one is like more like heartwarming, like Christmassy. It's a real Christmassy movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really great.
It
It's
was
got,
so meant to be.
J.K. Simmons is in it
Yes. What? As a voice.
as a voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's really good. You're gonna love it. I can't wait. We might cry. We might shed some tears together.
Okay. That
It's
is
very
likely.
It's very heartwarming. All right. Well, that's it. until next time, everyone, bon cinema.